Chapter 2, Training Day. After a long, restless night, daylight finds you staring anxiously at the ceiling as you realize that Gabriel and Cass left out one very important detail about vampire life. Vampires can't sleep. They really need a how-to manual for stuff like this, like vampirism for dummies, or what to expect when you're undead. It's gonna be awesome, actually. People spend a third of their lives asleep, but now that I'm a vampire, I am so gonna be getting things done. You roll to your side, your eyes landing on the framed picture of you and your mom propped on the bedside table. How the hell am I supposed to keep this whole vampire thing from her? She can read me like a book. You let out a deep sigh, but choke as the fierce burning sensation in your throat reminds you that it's been hours since your last feeding. And that's another thing they don't tell you. You're constantly going to be thirsty. Your thirst suddenly intensifies as you catch the delicious smell of blood coming closer and closer. Smell, it's Mom. She's coming upstairs. A vision flashes through your mind of you knocking her to the floor, sinking your fangs in her throat, but you shake your head violently. Oh my god, what am I doing? This is Mom. Maybe Lou and Astoria were right. Maybe I shouldn't have come home. No, I can do this. I'm strong enough to stay here. The door clicks open and you bolt upright just as your mother peeks her head inside. Hey, Parker. Oh, whoa. I may have spent a few days unconscious, but I'm awake now. Knocking's still a thing. Oh, sorry. Flustered, she backs out and knocks, and you take the moment to get yourself together. Come in. But the moment you smell the warm blood pulsing through her veins, you grind your teeth, trying desperately to think of anything to distract you from the overwhelming urge to kill. Focus on the time you puked at the amusement park. You picture the stomach-churning roller coaster ride, the cotton candy corn dog that came up all of your shoes, the feeling that you'd never be hungry again. Well, that did the trick. The cravings slowly recede as you focus on your human memories, and by the time your mom's sitting at your bedside, you're able to look her in the eye. Parker, honey, you look like you haven't slept in days. If you don't feel like going to school today, I'm happy to write you a note. Whoa, back up a little. What school are we talking about? It got destroyed in the fire. Oh, sorry, I've been scattered lately. I forgot to give you the letter. A letter from the school, what's this about? You open the slim envelope and quickly skim the contents. They're holding classes in the field behind campus? Wow, you'd think your school being reduced to rubble would merit a few snow days. If in any consolation, they're splitting up you all by your classes, so you'll only have to go every other day. Principal Yao's idea. Story has to be up to something. In any case, today's one of your days, so if you're gonna go, you better get going if you don't want to be late. And so should I. I have a staff meeting at 10. She begins to kiss your forehead, and crashing thirst returns as the scent of warm human blood moves closer and closer, her neck mere inches from your mouth. No. I have to hold my breath. Fighting your instincts, you hold unnaturally still. Bite your lips so hard you taste the metallic tang of blood on your tongue. Don't bite, Mom. Don't bite, Mom. Don't bite, Mom. Just as the hunger is about to overwhelm you completely, you feel a peck on your forehead. She steps away, and you let out a deep sigh of relief. That was way too close. Parker, look at me. Reluctantly, you meet her eyes, and it's clear you haven't fooled her. Not completely, anyway. Your mom trusts you to talk to her when you're ready. Well, something's up with you. Maybe it's just that you're growing up. Maybe it's the thing with Gabriel and Cass. Whatever it is, I want you to know that when you're ready to talk, I'm here for you. Deal? A deal. Thanks, Mom. Your mom leaves for work, but as the door clicks closed behind her, a growing dread churns in your stomach. Keeping the secret from Mom, keeping her alive, it's gonna be even harder than I thought. Squinting against the glare of the morning sun, you head out the door to find Cass and Gabriel waiting for you on the front porch. Looks like somebody went on a bender. Looks like somebody forgot to warn me about the whole no sleep thing. The last night was pretty intense. How are you feeling? Like any moment I could eat my mom. Well, that would ruin Christmas. Cass, what Parker needs right now is support, not sarcasm. Also, do you have any blood? Chill, golden boy. I'm just trying to lighten the mood. Actually, I could use a rain check on the drama. Between the hunger, secrets, and whatever the hell the story is cooking up at school, I've got enough to worry about. Of course. Sorry, Parker. I make no promises. You care. Together you make your way to the field behind the rubble of your school and join the group of students there. You do a quick scan of the faces in the crowd. Hey, Parker. So, is it my imagination, or is everyone here a vampire? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. While the school is being rebuilt, your regular coursework has been suspended. Spin on your heel to find historian Lewin standing directly behind you. We separated you from your human classmates, not just to avoid any embarrassing blood baths. Yep, that's fair. But also to take this unique opportunity to teach you the finer points of being a vampire. We'll start with the basics you need to learn, regardless of which coven you're ultimately aligned with. Once you master those, you will be allowed to move on to more specialized abilities. AKA the kick-ass one, so TikTok, the training wheels, new girl. The kick-ass ones. Bring it on. I suggest you learn to walk before you try to run. This isn't just for Parker's benefit. The recent creation attack has revealed some holes in the training of every vampire gathered here today. Thus, the rest of you will be in charge of Parker's lessons. The expectations is that you will be further honing your own skills at the same time. We'll be taking our leave to make sure our presence doesn't exert any undue influence on your coven favor. But remember, Miss Reese, keep away from town. Of course. Once the coven leaders are gone, Gabriel steps to the front and turns to face everyone. The focus of today's lesson is how to keep the human suspicions at bay. This should help you live with your mom, Parker. So we'll start with how to rein in your supernatural reflexes. Boring. Shut up, Scott. We don't want Parker accidentally walking down the street at super speed or punching someone's head off. We wouldn't have to worry about that if we teach her how to scare the crap out of humans without even having to show her fangs. I'm leaning more towards Gabriel's idea. I'm a fan of that. His way sounds like it'll draw a lot less attention, plus it might be nice to feel like my old human self for a little while. What is even the point of being a vampire if you're just gonna shed the human suit? Look, I'll want to know both ways if I'm gonna be able to keep this new secret identity under wraps, so how about we take turns? There we go. Democracy in action and the interest of world peace. Golden Boy can go first. Big of you. That's me. Generous to a fault. As the Venedides head away, Gabriel explains the first lesson to you. So the key to blending in with humans is to learn how to move and react like a human. Till last week I was a human. How hard can it be? Hard. You're a vampire now, with vampire reflexes. It's like learning to walk all over again. Also, hey, I'm Missy. We take Kim together, or did, before our school was annihilated by terrifying evil forces. Nice to officially meet you. I'm not sure what you mean by learning to walk again, though. I'll show you. Suddenly Harrison grabs your shoulder, lightning fast. On instinct, you swing your arm, connecting with his chest and sending him flying into the trunk of a nearby elm. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Are you okay? All good, but if I were human, you'd be scraping me off this tree. Which seems to be a dead giveaway. Which is why we should start with the basics, as in walking. Wait, so now I'm walking wrong too? Technically, yes. No, just too fast. Vampire fast. You have to slow it down. Bridget has a good way to think about it. It's gonna feel kind of like walking underwater at first, but the more you do it, the more natural it'll get. Try walking over to Nicole by that tree. I'm gonna put a little swing in my step. Feeling mischievous, you cross to Nicole slowly, deliberately, swaying your hips. You shoot a glance over your shoulder at Gabriel. Well, am I doing this right? Gabriel's eyes leap up to yours, a flush darkening his cheeks as he clears his throat. Aldahar certainly thinks so. After the next 20 minutes, you practice walking with the Clements until your vampire hearing picks up the stealthy tread of someone sneaking up behind you. I can hear you, Cass. A throaty chuckle, and she leaps to your side, slinging a casual arm around your shoulder. Okay, enough with the remedial stuff. Time to teach new girl scary vampire tricks. We'll get her back to you, human lovers. Oh, sometime. She leads you across the field to the Vented Eyes, while Clements scowl at her back. Now, some people think playing human is fun, but the best way to keep your vamp under wrap is to avoid them entirely. Or get them to avoid you. Wait, even my human friends? I want to keep them safe, not push them away. Face facts, Parker. You're a superior species now, a predator, and the more you hang out with humans, the more you put yourself in danger. Not to mention us. Okay, supposing I agree with that, what kind of scary are we talking about? Something like this! Oh, okay. I just had to do it. I don't apologize. Oh, it works every time. Your turn, new girl. Show us what you got. I'll give Cass a come-hither look. You picture Cass a sultry, sinister smile, and with a flirty growl, you pin her with her own gaze. Hey, babe. You're looking deadly today. A delighted shiver runs through you as you see her start of surprise, followed by a slow, sly grin. Well, don't you get a gold star? But the point is to scare people away, not draw them in, so you can't use that trick on anyone else. If we're done with the Halloween pranks, can we move on to sparring? Baby Vampire's here, not the only one who needs to practice. Margot cracks her knuckles, and despite your bravado, you wonder, in this case, if caution isn't the best part of valor. I don't think I've ever got a handle on this body yet. Why don't I just watch for a while, like, from over here? You take a seat at the Vented Eyes start working through their moves, but a few minutes later, Cass wanders over to flop casually beside you on the grass. I gotta admit, you've got a pretty good intimidation game going on. I'm impressed. Do I hear a butt coming? But I don't think you're ready for any more of the advanced scare tactics. She nudges your shoulder with her own. You know she's trying to goad you like a moth to a very intense flame. You can't help but take the bait. I don't suppose you're willing to share what those advanced tactics would be. I may be available for a little private tutoring, if you're interested. Pull off your training for some one-on-one time with Cass. Personally, IMHO. Pretty much the trick to it all is to blend in. To literally and figuratively just be overlookable. You're trying to get me alone, aren't you? Is it working? Maybe, but after the whole creator fiasco, do you honestly think you can scare me? Only one way to find out. Come on. Cass pulls you to your feet and leads you off the field into a swathe of woods free from any prying eyes. You see, the face doesn't always tell the truth. The easiest way to tell if your prey is scared is to listen for their heartbeat. So, I'm prey now. New girl, to a vampire, everything is prey. And suddenly she lunges, her fangs extended, her eyes alight with a terrifying silver flame. Your heart thumps hard against your ribs, and every instinct in you tells you to run, but you force yourself to stand your ground. I'm going to touch the tip of her fangs. Releasing a breath, you reach forward and brush your fingertip across the razor edge of her fang. A bead of sweat or blood wells. crimson on your skin. You lock eyes with her, lift the finger to your mouth, and slowly lick it off. Yep. Not what you were expecting. No, but turns out I like being surprised. Her fangs retract and her expression fierce but calms to a smug grin, allowing your heartbeat to calm. Not bad at all, but... She steps towards you, forcing you back against a tree, and places her hands on either side of your head. Gasp as the bark prickles against your spine. Cass? But she doesn't relent, pressing ever closer to trap you firmly between her body and the tree. You shiver, excited by the heady mix of pleasure and fear near her nearness stirs inside of you. You can't fool me, new girl. She leans forward, and every nerve in your body tingles as her breath tickles the curve of your ear. You're scared. Your response is low, breathy, and you know you're giving yourself away. I am not scared of you, Cass. No, you're scared of what I do to you. How can you tell? She slides a lazy finger down your chest until it's resting, just above your heart. I can hear it. And sure enough, the damn thing betrays you with another hard thump to your ribs. Cass lets out a low chuckle. Vampires can pinpoint a beating heart within 20 feet, or give or take. It helps when the heart is pounding with fear or other feelings. That's it. You just have to listen for it. You can also feel heartbeats. Our hypersensitivity to blood tugs at us like a magnet. If you focus, you can feel the blood pulsing through a heart. Try it. Feel her heartbeat. You trail your finger along her shoulder and whisper them lightly down her chest until they rest just above her heart. You hear her sharp intake of breath and feel her muscles tense. You close your eyes and concentrate, and in a minute you sense the deep rush of blood through her heart. I can feel it. In a lightning quick move, she clamps her fingers around your wrist and pins them above your head. Letting your guard down in front of a Venedai, not smart, new girl. With bloodlust clear on her face, you recall the first night in the woods, the terrified girl, Cass, leaping from the darkness. Goosebumps prickle your skin at the memory, and you turn your focus back to Cass in front of you, all too aware of how lethal she really is. Cass, that didn't scare me the first time. What makes you think it'll work now? Her fangs retract, and after a moment, she huffs a laugh. One hand still locked around your wrist, she slides her finger down the line of your jaw. Have I ever told you that fear can heighten attraction? What are you getting at? She leans in close, grinning smugly, and her low whisper gives you goosebumps. It's just that I've been wondering, when I was hunting that girl the first night, did a part of you find the sight of me irresistible? Honestly, you've never been hotter than you are right now. You can feel the sudden, unmistakable trip of her heartbeat, and a quick flutter of her charm against your wrist confirms your suspicion that, you're getting to her. I have to admit, new girl, you know how to push my buttons, but I know how to push yours too. Her relentless fingers tighten around your wrist, but in a test of your newfound strength, you wrench her arms from her vice-like grip. Well, the kitten's got some claws. You're right about that. I want to pull Cass against me, push her away. With a fierce scream, you grab the collar of her jacket and pull her into a kiss. You feel her sharp gasp of surprise, and then her lips part, soft and warm. Whose heart's beating faster now? Before she can respond, you nip the corner of her mouth and run your tongue along the spot, eliciting another gasp and then a sultry chuckle. Claws and teeth. Ahem. Startled, you leap away from Cass, only to bang into Gabriel standing rigidly behind you. I thought the tree was behind us. I'm just saying. Oh, His jaw is clenched, his eyes narrowed. You notice he's looking over your shoulder instead of at your face. Everybody's getting together for group training, so if you two are done fooling around... Easy, Judgy. I was just teaching New Girl some moves. Glance at Cass and bite back a grin at her smug expression. Turning back to Gabriel. We're done with our lesson. Lead us back to the group? With a long, suffering sigh, he turns on his heel and stalks back towards the lesson. You elbow Cass, and with a shake of your head, you both follow him back across the field. Alright, now that Parker's got a handle on the basics, we're gonna test her on what she's learned with a little role play. I'm into it, as long as New Girl here gets to test her new Veneti scare tactics on... Swings a pointed finger back and forth across the line of claimants until she lands on Missy. You. Challenge accepted. She's been a vampire for what, like 3 days? How scary can she be? In that case, do what you do best, Clement. Act human. New Girl, do your thing. As Missy approaches, mouth agape and an over-the-top imitation of clueless humanity, you ready yourself to put your intimidation tactics to the test. Gosh, aren't the trees just so beautiful this time of year? I'm gonna scare her. Take a deep breath, and as Missy passes your turn, and... Yep. Holy! Missy forgets herself and stumbles away at vampire speed. And the Clements all gasp before breaking into shocked applause. Pretty good, right? Maybe a little too good. Okay, we're done playing. Let's see you Veneti hooligans try to turn Parker into vampire mode. Consider it done. Don't get too scared, New Girl. As the Veneti's scatter across the field, looking for hiding places, you flex your fingers, focusing on gathering your self-restraint. Veneti's jumping out to scare me. This could end very badly. Arms rigid at your side, you walk tentatively towards a grove of trees, tensing in anticipation and in a blur of movement. Margot leaps straight into your path. I'm gonna keep my cool. Though your heart jumps, a quick bite of your lip keeps you flinch at normal human levels. You take a moment to catch your breath and then smile. Come on, Margot, is that all you got? I thought only Clements pretended to be human. You... Oh, sweet burn. You did perfect. That's an A+ grade right there. Yeah, but if we're human, wouldn't we freak out at someone jumping out from the bushes at us? Like we kind of like go into fetal position. Sorry, I'm a person who, someone jumps out of the bushes at me, my fist goes straight into their face. What? Yes, I think I'm getting the hang of this whole vampire thing. As the two covens reconvene to plan your next training exercise, you feel a distant tug at your awareness, a familiar flow of energy in your veins. My guidance ability. It's pulling me towards the school. After this ability led me to that clearing last night, I'm sure I have to follow it. The rest of the world falls away as you follow your mysterious power to the wreckage. Your vampire hearing picks up distant barks of laughter. Hey, wait up. Come on, jump it. You blink, focusing your enhanced vision on the crumbling remains of the gym. See Aiden and Libby leaping carelessly into the ruins, followed by Jade. Okay, I'm coming. Keep your shirt on. With a crack, a slab of concrete starts teetering dangerously on the burnt-out wall above your friends. But as they inch closer and closer to disaster, you realize they can't hear it. And the only way to be able to reach them in time is to risk revealing I'm a vampire. Then, a brilliant mist of light coalesces at the corner of your vision. The familiar energy of the ley lines rushes through you once again. This isn't just the guidance ability. This is something else, something new. You look down at your hand and see it duplicate. You know in your bones that if you let this power in, you'll be able to save your friends. Unlock your projection ability to save your friends without revealing your vampiric abilities. Yay, ability. You filling your arms wide, gasping as the power of the ley lines threatens to overwhelm you already heightened senses. Focus, Parker. Focus on them getting out of the building. The brilliant mist hovering at the edge of your vision speeds away and coalesces into a figure. Into you, standing at the edge of the rubble. Raise your hand and watch, dumbfounded, as the shimmery twin does the same. It's some kind of projection of me, a projection I can control. I need to get my friends to follow it. You push out with your mind towards the crumbling gym. Your phantom self responds, leaping over the debris and reaching your friends just as the concrete slab begins to teeter. Guys, we have to get out of here. Parker, where did you come from? Never mind, that wall is about to fall. Come on. Lead them towards the exit of the building, but just as you reach the door, the rubble beneath you shifts and a hole opens up at your feet. Jump! It's too far. There's a down beam over there. We can cross it. The guidance ability pulses within you, and you know either way, you can all make it. Hurry and jump across the hole. You see in your projection leaping to the far side of the hole at a normal human pace, then turn and frantically wave them forward. See, you can do it now. Just come on. But Aiden, just go. With a shake of his head, Aiden jumps, landing safely on the other side. Libby and Jade quickly follow, just as the slab falls right where they'd been standing. Ah! They duck, covering their hands and heads as dust and rubble rain down around them. And as your projection disappears, you use the chaos to run vampire quick to their side. You guys okay? I think so. Not a scratch. Parker, why are you covered with rubble? And where did you come from? You were just behind us, but now you're here? I'm kind of confused too. I thought you were behind me. It's hard to tell in all this chaos. I guess. Words fade in and out as you become all too aware of the three human hearts thudding with fear and rushing blood in their veins. Oh, please no, they're my friends, not lunch. The sound of running feet reaches you moments before Gabriel and Cass get to a stop at your side, their hands gently taking your arms. Is everybody okay? That was a close call. We should probably get the hell out of here before something else happens. Wait a minute, Parker. You're hanging out with Gabriel and Cass? Last time I texted you, you said you were too sick to hang out. It's not... What's up with you? Ever since the fire at the hospital, it's like you don't want to be around us anymore. Cass and Gabriel tense on either side of you, and an odd look passes between them. I think you're confused. You were at school that night, not the hospital. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Who cares where they were? Libby's right. You have been avoiding us, Parker. Seriously, what's up? Are we not good enough for you anymore? You try to redirect your senses away from the beating of her heart, but the pulsing of blood in Aiden's neck, only to hear the other vampires approaching. I need to get my friends away from here now. I'm gonna have to lie to them. Look, I didn't want to tell anyone, but I was a lot worse off after the fire than I thought, and it's been taking some time to adjust. Playing it up, you flutter your eyes and teeter back into Gabriel and Cass. Parker, you okay? We got her. We're actually taking her to the doctor's appointment in a little bit. The fire did a lot of damage, but Parker, when you're feeling better, text me, okay? We miss you. You watch your human friends leave, and as soon as they're out of sight, you range yourself from Gabriel and Cass and run. Parker, wait! Gabriel's please stops you in your tracks, and you bite back a sob as he slides a comforting arm around your shoulders. I can't believe I just lied to my friends like that. I know, but you did what you had to protect them. Better a few white lies than a bloody disaster. Still, I've been where you are, and I get it. Lying to your friends sucks. Unfortunate choice of words, maybe. Cass. Oh, relax. All I'm saying is, when Parker joins the Vented Eyes, she'll see that giving up her human friends is the safest bet, for herself and for them. And when she's at Clement, she won't have to. Your approach to keeping vampires a secret is cruel, reckless, and nothing else. It's not cruel, it's practical. Do you really want her spending the rest of her life kicking herself every time she has to push humans away? Stop, both of you. This isn't about you, either of you. I just lied to 3 people I care about, and this morning I almost killed my own mother. Can't you just put your rivalry aside for 1 second? Whoa, slow down. I just want you to see how awesome being a vampire is. Damn it, Cass, enough. You know what? Your sanctimonious grating my last nerve out are. I'm done here. Coming, new girl? Sounds like a no to me. Fine, stick with Saint Gabriel here. See if I care. With a dismissive swipe of her arm, she storms off across the field, leaving a tense silence in her wake. Look, I'm really sorry about all that. Really. And underneath it all that petulance, I'm sure Cass is too. I know, but everything's just a lot right now. The last thing I need is you two fighting on top of it all. Come on, let's go home. You walk home in silence, not able to fully relax into the usual comfort of Gabriel's presence. Eventually, he clears his throat. So, want to talk about it? Yes, no, I don't know. It's just that I'm not ready to think about covens yet, you know? Still coming to terms with everything, having all this power, being immortal. And you saw what just happened. They're my friends, Gabriel, and I tried to kill them. Or wanted to. And this morning, with my mom, I don't know who I am anymore, or more importantly, what I am. Human, vampire, it's all messed up. How about you tell me what you're feeling like right now? At the moment, I feel like I don't agree with vampire, human, or monster. But this is complicated. I guess I'll go with monster. Out of control, ugly, I hate it. And I hate myself. You know, I used to have the same exact struggle. Then someone very wise helped me see that it's possible for both aspects of myself to coexist. Was that person me? Actually, it was Cass. But don't tell her I told you. He let out a soft laugh, earning a grin from Gabriel, but then his face falls. Everything you're going through, I can't help thinking it's my fault. I turned you in without your permission. I forced this life on you. Gabriel, because of the choice you made, I'm alive. I don't blame you. I'm grateful. I hate that you feel you can't be human anymore, though. Because I still see that girl in you all the time. Same girl You what? With a wry look, he rubs the back of his neck, then gives you a lopsided grin that makes butterflies take flight in your stomach. Okay, random question. How do you feel about water? I like to drink it. Why? No one has ever said that. Shut up. I hate drinking water, I'm serious. So there's a quiet wharf just outside of town, and whenever I'm feeling down, I go there. It makes me feel human again, alive. I'd love to share it with you. On a date. Got it. Gabriel graces you with another slow smile, and takes your hand and leads you down a path you've never noticed before. 20 minutes later, you're standing at the docks of a crystal blue lake at the edge of town, its surface spangled by the slanted afternoon light. You take a deep breath of crisp air. Calm descends, a sense of peace you haven't felt in a long while. I can see why you love it here. Let's sit on the dock and... No way. Did you think I brought you all the way here just for the scenery? We're going out there. In a boat? That is the usual method, yes. Wait, don't tell me you get seasick. No, I just fell out of a boat when I was a kid, and ever since then I've been wary of anything nautical. Parker Reese clumsy. I don't believe it. Sad, but true. But I trust you. Just please smile, sense a thread of warmth curling through your soul. Good. There's a guy that rents boats inside. Let's go. But suddenly he's cut himself off, and you see doubt flicker across his face. He thinks I'm too unstable to be around humans. Your pain must show in your eyes because he steals a moment, then slides a gentle fingertip down your cheek. Hey, don't. You're gonna get through this, and I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. Okay? Okay. Good. Wait for me here. I'll be back in 5. And sure enough, a few minutes later, Gabriel steers a small rowboat around the shore and guides it gently to stop beside you on the dock. You step one foot into the boat and wobbles a bit, but Gabriel puts his hand out to help you. May I? Let him help me. You reach for Gabriel, his fingers closing around yours with a tenderness that reminds you of how often he's been there to protect and steady you. No matter what. You, good? I'm better than good. For a minute there, I forgot I was a vampire. Ready? Aye, aye, Captain. Gabriel leans into the oars, and you try not to stare at the rippling of his muscles as he rows you out in the middle of the lake in a companionable silence. Still, you can't quite escape the friction of angst in the air, and you meet his eyes. You know he can read every emotion on your face. Come on, Parker, talk to me. What's going on in that head of yours? He puts down the oars and takes your hands in his, rubbing his thumbs gently across your skin. Just the hardest thing about all this is the way I've had to treat my human friends, relearning who I am, and keeping things from my mom. All are good things. As human beings, regardless of who you are, we all keep things from our parents. The way we treat human friends, or friends in general. First, you have to relearn who you are. I know figuring out who I am and who I want to be is a part of being young, but this self-doubt is a whole other level of existential teen crisis. And, I feel like I'm not even allowed to be human anymore. Like I'm supposed to just forget that part of my life ever existed. Warm smile spreads across his face, and he raises your hands to brush a sweet kiss across your knuckles. I would never let that happen. Then his smile broadens, the kind of smile you're more used to seeing on cast rye full of gleeful mischief. You know what you need. Something to remind you of how human you are. He looks around to the left and the right, then to your surprise, he begins to strip off his clothes. Gabriel, what are you... Before you can finish, he leaps off the boat, landing in the water with a giant splash. Gabriel... He surfaces, shaking his head and sending light tip drops of water flying in every direction. Well, what are you waiting for? You hesitate, and he skims his hand across the surface, dabbling your clothes with a spray of water. Hey! What clothes? I'm gonna keep doing it till you jump in. That's called a threat, and it's called incentive. A smug tugs at the edge of your mouth, and you glance around. Other than the small cluster of people sitting by the shore, you're alone. Jump in again. What clothes? Why not? Humans do both. Skinny dip. Oh, hell with it. You grasp the edge of your hem, shooting Gabriel a playful grin as you wriggle out of your clothing. His eyes are riveted on you, and you know he couldn't look away if he tried. Like what you see? Before he can answer, you dive neatly off the boat into the water. The water's perfect. Cool, refreshing in a way you've never felt before, and as your head breaks the surface, you let out a joyful shout that echoes across the lake. Woohoo! Gabriel points down into the depths of the lake. Take a look. You press your face to the surface of the water, blinking to adjust your eyesight, but find you don't need to, as a whole underwater realm stretches out below in stunning clarity. You flip forward, propelling yourself with powerful kicks towards a forest of swaying seaweed. Fish dart away, pursued by a playful otter that casts you a curious look. Little guy. It's so beautiful. You kick back to the surface and emerge to find Gabriel treading water at your side. There's a whole world down there. How is it so clear? You're a vampire, remember? Your eyesight, all your senses are enhanced. But what you're feeling is pure human joy. Nothing can take that away from you. You'll always be Parker. You'll always be you, still human at heart. His caring words are tender. Smile, touch your heart, and bring another thought to mind. You do realize you've solved your own dilemma, right? What do you mean? You helped me see I don't have to just be human or vampire. You didn't curse me to some awful existence, Gabriel. You set me free. So stop being so angsty, okay? He pauses a moment to process your words and then swims closer, his expression still torn, but hopeful. So, does that mean you're not mad at me for turning you? With a soft push, you swim to him, and twining your arms around his neck, you brush a gentle kiss across his lips. Gabriel slides his arms around your waist, pulling you close. His body's warm, slippery, and with a shiver that has nothing to do with the weather, you tangle your legs with his. Parker. The whispered word sparks fire in your chest, and your soft kiss suddenly turns so fierce that you don't even notice that you're sinking below the surface. Suspended in the tranquil peace of the water, you deepen the kiss until the need to breathe forces you back to the open air. I guess that answers my question. I guess it does. And Just then, you pick up the scent of fresh blood, and you spin to find a boat rowing across the lake in your direction. Your hunger spikes, and you turn back to Gabriel. We need to go now. You pull yourself back into the boat and scramble into your clothes as Gabriel mans the oars and rows you swiftly back to shore. Arriving home, still giddy and slightly damp, you flop back onto your bed, letting out a long, contented sigh as Gabriel perches on the edge of the desk. It has been a day. I can make it better. And by that you mean... He roots around his backpack, and as he starts to pull something out, you catch the sudden delicious scent of... blah, 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 blah. Blood, gimme. Grab the plastic sack, ripping it open, gulping down the contents. Sated, you close your eyes and let out a satisfied sigh before casting a glance at him. Sorry, that was... Don't worry about it. It's not like I haven't been there before myself. His understanding smile brings heat to your cheeks, and you suddenly realize that you're all alone with Gabriel in your bedroom. And you know he's realized it too, as your heightened senses pick up the accelerating beat of his heart, his musky, warm scent. Parker, There's hesitation amid the tenderness in his eyes. You can tell there's so much he wants to say, but you find yourself speaking haltingly instead. You know, it's because you turned me that we can still be together like this, safe, just the two of us. You hear his heartbeat quicken even more and see his pupils dilate. And you don't know if it's the blood you just drank, but you feel so... Kiss him now. Your hands blur in the haste to pull him to you, and your lips meet his in a fiery kiss. His hands skim your sides, gently pressing you down onto the bed as he whispers your name in your ear. Parker. The tang of blood on your tongue ignites your vampire senses, making you supernaturally aware of his body curved against you. The subtle flex of his muscles, the velvet press of his skin against yours, the heat of his mouth, all of it feels perfect. Gabriel. Suddenly your bedroom door swings open. Parker, Yep. This is worse than if you drank blood in front of your mom. What are you doing, honey? I'm just having a Capri Sun, that's all. Your mom stops short as Gabriel scrambles off of you. her eyes widening as she processes the scene in front of you. What's worse, you suddenly remember the blood bag. With a silent prayer to the god of rebellious teens, you swipe the blood bag to the floor and kick it beneath the bed. What is going on in here? Like you were never a teen. Mom, it's not what it looks like. Really? Because what it looks like is my teenage daughter cutting class to get frisky. I didn't cut class. School ended early and Gabriel just walked me home. Dr. Reese, Parker's telling the truth. I'm disappointed in you, Gabriel. I know I've doubted you in the past, but I thought you proved me wrong when... Your heart skips a beat as your mom's brow furrows, and as if she's on the edge of remembering the attack, the vampires, but then shakes her head. I'm reevaluating my faith in you. Parker's been so distant lately, and I'm starting to think it's because she's been sneaking around with you. Mom, this isn't Gabriel's fault. I've been going through some things lately. Personal things. Gabriel's been helping me. I think it's probably best if I, leave? Yeah, good idea. And I suggest you start thinking about how you're going to regain my trust, because if you don't, I'll have no choice but to ban you from ever seeing my daughter ever again. Ah, yes. Stupid shit. Anyway. But don't worry, cast is still an option. Sorry, not sorry. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And in the description, plenty of things to check out there. Without further ado, let me know in the comment section below what you think. Right? Good old teen. I never had this issue. I really, literally, and figuratively never had this issue. My upbringing was far significantly deeper and different and, deeper. Yeah, we'll go with that. There's just deeper issues there. How about that? We'll just leave it at that. If you ever want to know, I guess you might have to tune into, when I'm live sometimes. You might have to ask some questions. Otherwise, hey, it's probably things you just don't care about. But no, how many of you actually had to go through that as a teenager? Let me know. I'm actually kind of curious. Again, I never had to, so, yeah. I'm just, yeah, no, again, probably you don't even care. Aside from that, I enjoyed the chapter. Yeah, we'll go with it's a good balance. It's a good balance to the chapter. So, again, let me know what you thought below. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace out.